all praise to our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, who are all Israelites. All right, beginning with the house of David, the 144,000 government body of the nation of Israel, and the soon-to-be world government, planet Earth's government, as well as the 1/3 men, women, and children who are allotted to receive salvation in these last days. Okay, this will be news and prophecy, current events, things that's going on in the earth. All right, because there is a lot going on. All right, I mean, so much, you know. Each day there's something new. Okay, there's something new going on each day. Every day that goes past, there's something referring or relaying to biblical prophecy. All right, things are going down in the earth, and they're going down fast. All right, and we just want to make sure we're prepared mentally. All right, when these things do come, because when they hit, they're gonna hit hard. All right, and the world is going, as the scriptures tell us, as a snare shall it come upon all the world. And that's what we don't want to get caught in, that snare. All right, if it be Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai's will, this is why he's giving us this knowledge. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, I want to go to this story here. All right, for you Christians. Okay, this story alone proves that we're the Israelites. All right, and I'm gonna show you in the scripture. This proves that we're under curses. Okay, and this don't happen to Edomites unless the parents own drugs or something. All right, you know, parents some meth heads or something like that. This type of shit don't happen to Edomites as much as it happens to Israelites. Okay. As you can see in the title, Texas couple who had home birth say their child was wrongfully taken by Department of Family and Protective Services. All right, we're gonna show you this is in the scriptures. This is a curse that's upon us. All right, now I'm not gonna read this whole thing, but this is the Anon Bot, the pediatrician who reported to CPS. All right, and then this is the couple. Well, that's the midwife. All right, this is the midwife, that the licensed midwife. Okay, that had helped deliver the child, and this is a part of our customs anyway as Israelites. All right. When we were in ancient Egypt, okay. Matter of fact, let me get that. Where's my blue letter at? Okay. This is a custom of Israel anyway, man. Okay. This is Exodus 1. No damn, wasn't no such thing as a hospital, man. You know, when a woman was to give birth, she had midwives. All right. They even show you that in the ancient movies. You know, there's a woman that's giving birth and she had midwives around her, getting her through it, man. Okay. Exodus 1:15. It says, "And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women," all right. What's the office of a midwife? A midwife is a woman that helps you bring forth that child. All right. Not no male doctor that's in there sticking his fingers in the woman, man. Okay. This whole society is just totally backwards and against the scriptures, man. You know. It says, "And see, them upon the stools. Okay. If it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared the Most High, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded, but saved the men children alive. So the point being is, the Hebrew women, the Israelite women, always had midwives. It's this society, all right, where we gotta go to a damn hospital and they prop you up on a gurney, you know, and you in labor for a whole goddamn day, 2 days, because you're not in a natural position of giving birth. All right. The stools was a way that they gave birth in the ancient world. All right, or they gave birth in water. Okay. And a woman was on her feet giving birth, not laying down on her back. Okay, but like I said, the point was the midwives. All right, now let's go back to this. Right, this is the midwife, and this is the couple. Like I said, I'm not gonna read this. Now this is dated back. The child was born back in March. Okay, I believe the end of March, and this is April. This was published April 8th. Okay, we're going on damn near a month of them not being able to have their child. Let's listen to this 2-minute video. And see, Jake don't understand nothing, man. Jake don't understand where they at. They know that there's racism and all, and you know, discrimination against them, but they don't understand why. Okay?
Rodney and Tamesia Jackson leave the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services in Dallas on Thursday after a visit with their daughter Mila. But the DeSoto couple is unable to bring her home.
I feel hunted. We feel hunted. Why? Why? Because we're fighting y'all? Because we know we haven't done anything? Like, I refuse to go out and wild and fight.
A fight that began soon after Mila was born in March. 3 days after she was born at home, the couple was told at a doctor's office Mila showed signs of jaundice. According to court documents, a pediatrician called and texted advising Mila to be taken to the hospital for treatment, adding timing was important because, quote, complications could lead to brain damage. The CPS complaint says the couple was working with a licensed midwife and opted to work with her instead. The doctor called CPS.
It's just typical, you know, it's how the system always taps into people's lives, takes over without regards to concerns that the family has.
The family's legal team says the original CPS complaint incorrectly listed another woman as Mila's mother. The incorrect name and CPS history were attached to Mila's in the documents. A spokesperson for CPS told NBC5 Thursday they were unable to comment on this case, but the name error has been corrected. The Jackson story has gotten the attention of local organizations rallying in their support.
It's not just Mila. It's a lot of other babies that's going through this. Whether they're white, black, or brown, the color don't even matter.
He know he a damn lie. There's more black and brown babies going through that than there is Edomite babies. All right? Edomites don't have babies. They ain't having children like that.
It's too many kids that's going through this system that's just been stripped away from good families.
Families like theirs who want their child home. In Dallas, Lily Zhang, NBC5.
Now, of course, we go into the scriptures because he don't understand. Neither do you Christians. You Christians still deny that we're the Israelites. All right? Talking about the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. All right? Which is the indicator, but you got Israelites scattered throughout the entire planet Earth. All right? This is the reason this is happening. Okay? How was a system able to take a healthy baby away from their parents and tell them that they can't have their child. Ain't no telling what they doing to that baby when they not there. Okay? Taking blood, giving it shots. It's because of these curses, man. This is Deuteronomy 28:18. It says, Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land. All right? The increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep. Point, the curse is the fruit of the body. All right? Our babies got to be in a goddamn facility in a glass box, you know, with strangers touching them. You know, they hollering and screaming, not getting weaned by the mother properly, giving them Similac. Okay? Let's go to the 32nd verse. Deuteronomy 28:32. It says, Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look. Now, of course, this happened in slavery, but this proves that we're still in slavery, to where we don't even have the power and authority to keep our children, to have children on our own without going to a hospital. Okay? Otherwise, Esau gonna take your child and examine your child and do Lord knows what with your child when you're not around, and refuses to give them back. Okay, this was uploaded. What's this? See, let me look at the date on this. 5 days ago. Okay, that little girl was born at the end of March. Okay, and they still don't have custody. They still getting to run around. But we not the people. Okay? You know, on the flip side, if he would have been a man of the Lord, he would have been in his knowledge doing what he's supposed to do. That'll never happen to him. All right? Or if it do happen, he will get his child back sooner than rather waiting a whole month, damn near. It says, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them. You seen the mother, she's crying. You know, the father, he ain't got no power in his hand. He don't know what to do but give a speech. You know? Longing for them all the day long, there shall be no might in thine hand. And that's what you just witnessed. They ain't got no power to do anything. And that's a baby that they created, that the Heavenly Father gave to them. And the Esau Edom can just report to a CPS, and they come in to take your child. Okay? Now, when you listen to the original interview, you know, they came to their home like it was a raid. Like they was in there selling dope. When you listen to the original interview, when she was telling them how they came with the police, you know, and they wasn't gonna leave. No might in our hand, man. Okay, 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, and thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. And like I said, slavery, and we're in modern day slavery. Okay, Esau put a birth certificate and a social number on your child. That child has just became a slave. Okay, through paperwork. So this happens to us. This don't happen to you Edomites and you heathen nations. Okay? This don't happen to y'all. This happened to the Israelites on a regular. Okay? On a regular. And that midwife home birthing, that thing started booming once the plan 2020 planned scandalous demic happened. All right? That thing started booming because you couldn't go into the I remember you had people You know what I'm saying? Talking about they ain't finna get it and you need to treat my wife. You know, we're not taking this, we're not taking that. There was all kind of videos of that happening. Because a hospital ain't nothing but a goddamn altar to sacrifice, man. That's all it is. An altar to sacrifice onto Satan. So that's it on that. All right. That portion of this current events, news, and articles. All right. Switching gears a bit. Now this is dealing with the so-called TikTok ban. All right, but this bill that they've written up is entitled the Restrict Act. All right, the Restrict Act, which is I thought I had it pulled up on Wikipedia to get the numbers on it. Let me do that real quick. Just in case you want to read up on it. I got some videos to give you the gist of it. Let me see. Right, these are the numbers. S.686. All right, the Restrict Act of 2024. This is the actual bill that's looking to pass. Let me see. I don't know. Maybe it did pass the House. Well, I think they still. But anyway, let's look at what it truly is, because it's far more than just banning TikTok. Okay, now this was off Tucker Carlson. Well, this is actually The Hill, and they about to play a clip of Tucker Carlson speaking about it.
So one of the bills that would ban TikTok is being pushed, as we said, by senators in both parties. It's called the Restrict Act. Mark Warner of Virginia and John Thune of South Dakota, Democrat and Republican, introduced this legislation. Now, the bill is ostensibly about protecting American national security and ending, quote, foreign adversaries from interfering in our elections through apps like TikTok. Because, of course, election interference by Twitter and Facebook is no problem at all. But election interference from TikTok is totally unacceptable. Okay. But in reality, and you should know this if you're opposed to TikTok, as we are, this bill isn't really about banning TikTok. It's never about what they say it is. Instead, this bill would give enormous and terrifying new powers to the federal government to punish American citizens and regulate how they communicate with one another.
In other words, the Patriot Act 2.0, to where not only are they going to be able to silence this truth, okay, because that's the goal. This is itching towards the famine of the word. But not only will they silence the prophets, but they're going to silence all these other alternative medias like Brition, Natural News. They can. That's what's in this bill, to where they can cut all these virtual private networks, these other VPNs that people use and pay for, all right, to start their own websites, all right. They can actually have control over them too, all right. And this guy right here, he actually reads through the bill, all right. This is a video of him getting to the basically the point of it, but he has another video on his page of him. It's about an hour and 40 minutes of him reading the whole bill, but I'm gonna play his a little bit too. So point I'm bringing this out is because this is like I said, this is itching towards the famine of the word, all right, to where they're gonna regulate what you see on all platforms of the internet. All right, there will be no more. What's the other one? Rumble, Odyssey. Those are virtual private networks. All right, that are ran where the government doesn't have control over what's being said. All right, but this bill is going to give them control.
You know, that's really important here. And again, this is not a ban TikTok bill. In 2016, we had a lot of people yelling that the election was interfered with by foreign adversaries, and in 2020, you had people that were screaming that the election was rigged because, you know, like, to actually put it into a bill that we can shut down or mitigate certain aspects of the internet related to it. This is scary, and we have enough information. We are at a time that is politically charged enough that you bet your ass that this is going to be misused. So again, to be clear, this is not a ban TikTok bill. As Snowchain said, McCarthyism is back. Who this is used against is really going to depend on who is in office. Software used for connecting and communicating via the internet that is in use by greater than 1 million persons. Unique individuals or? This is interesting. I'm curious if the language here makes that mean unique. Like, could boards.rossmangroup.com, if I get 1 million views per year, if I get like 80 or 90,000 views a month, if I get 85,000 views a month, do I count? Initiates review of the covered transaction, including A, desktop applications, B, mobile applications, C, gaming.
See, that's them taking control of even personal websites. All right. Through this bill. I mean, you can, you know what I'm saying? If I remember, I'll place this link in the description box if you want to listen to, you know, the him go into it. But he's actually reading the actual bill and he's explaining it. You know, desktop applications, mobile applications, gaming applications, payment, they're going to take control of everything. Okay? Because we are entering that stage of when the Lord is getting ready to shut this thing down. Bottom line, man. Okay? Prophecies are moving. And Esau, he gonna do it by his bullshit playbook. Okay? Because once he cuts it and then it comes back up, he gonna have full control of the new system. All right? And I got a few articles I want to read the headline on this cyber attack, these different cyber attacks that have been happening all over the world as of late. But first, let's go back and get some of these scriptures, all right, dealing with the famine of the word. And of course, we're going to go to Amos 8, because this is going, I'm sorry. Once the prophets, the Lord shuts his prophets up, that's when all hell is going to break loose. Okay? And the way the Lord is going to shut up the prophets is he's going to cut this internet. All right? He's going to have Esau clip the internet. All right? And you won't be able to find videos. You won't be able to catch the lives. You know? You won't even be able to look at natural news. You won't be able to look at Rumble. You won't be able to look at Odyssey. Okay? You won't be able to look at any privately owned website that they deem a threat to so-called national security. Okay? This is the book of Amos chapter 8 verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing of the words of the Lord." And this day is coming. It's coming fast too. Okay? It's coming fast because Esau knows that he has to regulate this internet, because it's this truth that made these different platforms start popping up all over the place. Okay? The truth of the Bible is what had these different platforms start popping up over the place. What had them start changing up the platform of YouTube. You know, with them clipping our videos. Okay? Talking about medical misinformation or terms and policy violation. When we're doing nothing but speaking the truth, telling the truth, and marrying it with the scriptures. Okay? The Lord is getting ready to send a famine of his word out here, all right? Let me get a precept to this, and we'll come back and finish it out. Go to the book of Psalm 74. Yeah, 74:9. It says, we see not our signs, all right? And the prophets are a sign in itself. The men that's out on them highways and byways weekly, you know, doing videos, we're a sign in itself, okay? There is no more prophet because the Lord is going to hide us, all right? Neither is there among us any that knoweth how long, because it's finna come a time to where, like I said, the Lord gonna shut this word up. And that Restrict Act is a sure sign of it coming. Okay? Let's go to Ezekiel from here. Ezekiel 7. We're gonna start at we'll start at 25, all right? Key points to 26th verse. It says, destruction cometh. Okay, and that's one thing for sure. When this power grid goes down, and they blame it on whoever, China, Russia, you know, they blame this cyber attack that's gonna totally destroy the power grid of all of the U.S. of A., which is Babylon the Great. That's gonna bring nothing but destruction. Okay. Nothing but it. Okay. Ezekiel 7:25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Okay. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. They shall seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and the counsel from the ancients. So it ain't gonna be no more. That's the doors of mercy closed on your ass once the Lord hides his prophets. Okay? So get the book of Micah. I'm sorry. Micah 3. And 6, it says, therefore night shall be unto you. Okay, meaning you ain't gonna, it's gonna be like it tells us in Isaiah the 60th chapter, which I'm gonna get that as well. Therefore night shall be unto you. It's gonna be darkness out here. It's gonna be a literal darkness and an actual well, how you say the word, figuratively. A figurative darkness, because you ain't gonna be able to call nobody, you know, no text, no getting on FaceTime, no Snapchatting nobody, you know, and it's gonna cause gross darkness to cover the people, because people can't live without them cell phones, man. You can't live without this power grid. They done got you so hooked that you don't know how to live without it. Every 5 seconds, or every chance you get, you looking in your damn phone, and I'm guilty of it too. All right, but I understand and know what's coming. I understand and know that wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our times, because most of the time we're using our phones to prepare our minds for these things that's coming. All right? Listening to the shows. Okay? Listening to the Bible, different Bible apps. Okay? Looking up words and things of that nature. Yeah, we do our folly and whatnot, but for the most part, it's all about this word, man, because we understand and know what's coming. Okay? It says, therefore, a night shall be unto you that ye shall not have a vision. All right? Meaning you ain't gonna know what the hell's going on. And it shall be dark unto you that ye shall not divine. All right? And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall break over them. Meaning the Lord is he ain't finna give them. He gonna shut them up. Okay? He gonna shut them up, man. In this day and age. Just like he did before. Okay? And when he took away the prophets, what always happened? They were ransacked. We were destroyed. We were taken over by he always sent them first. And then when the time came, he let them nations do what they had to do to punish us. And that's what's getting ready to happen, man. All right? We ain't going to be speaking, for another 5 years, man. No, this thing is getting ready to come to a head. All you got to do is pay attention to what's going on around you. All right? Esau is preparing. All right? And speaking of Esau preparing, I got this from these articles here. Switching gears, going into the cyber attack information that's going on around the world. All right. I got this from my man Patrick Humphreys. There's big news. that dude, that Edomite. He was bringing this out in I think it was his last video. Because all them Edomites, all their videos are nothing but clickbait. Prepare now, get out. No more time. This is it. Prepare now. Him in Full Spectrum Survival. So they looking into, and they seeing that this place is going down in the water, because this ties into nothing but biblical prophecy. All right, this is the first one here. It says NCR's Aloha POS hit with cyber attack causing headaches for restaurants. So this is basically headquarters for restaurants. All right, their point of sales, and they were hit with cyber attacks, and it mainly messed with payroll and all that. Okay, it mainly messed with the back end, not going into the restaurant. I mean, certain restaurants you can't use gift cards and things of that nature, but the back end of it, where the big money is transferred through restaurants, that's where the cyber attack hit. All right, and this is just today. This was just updated April 19th. All right. I'll read just a little bit. It says restaurants across the country are dealing with the fallout from a cyber attack. Last week on NCR, a major supplier of restaurant point of sale systems. All right. So this is the the big bank, so to speak, for restaurants. All right. So where they want to put their orders in for bulk items and things of that nature, and payroll, paying their employees. Okay. And this, like I said, April 17th, this took place, but they updated it on the 19th, which is today. That's one. Okay. This one here, Evotech SE cyber attack. German pharmaceuticals giant took all internal systems offline. You know what that's going to cause if people can't get to their pharmaceutical drugs? People are already crazy. So we looking at a time truly, like Daniel the prophet said, as there has never been. Okay. They took all their systems offline because of a cyber attack. Again, April 17th. Same day as this one happened. All right. Now this third one, it says what it will look like if China launches cyber attacks in the U.S. All right. It says China hackers are likely to target U.S. military networks and other critical infrastructure in the event of an invasion of Taiwan. And we see that's in the news damn near every day about war with the Chinese trying to get over there and take over Taiwan, and America trying to defend Taiwan because of the computer chip production that goes on over there. All right, that's what it's all about. All right, it says while much of the cybersecurity world's attention is on fending off Russian hacks against Ukraine, American officials are increasingly worried about another growing threat: attacks by China on U.S. soil. If China invades Taiwan, they say it is likely to unleash a volley of digital strikes against the U.S. at the same time. So they're painting this narrative beautifully. Okay? And when you read through this, it tells you if there is attacks, they would only use their systems to keep up the military networks. All right? They would use their backup systems only to keep up the military networks. So the average networks, that keep this society going up will be disrupted. They telling you what's coming. Okay? Let me see if I can find that spot where it says it. Let's see. It's somewhere in here. I know I've seen it. It says that they basically would allow the disruption of regular networks, but the military network, they gonna basically soup it up. Let's see. I believe he might say something about it. Let's listen.
The threat posed by the CCP isn't an over there problem. It's a right here at home problem. And I'm not just talking about Chinese spy balloons drifting over our nuclear ICBM facilities. I'm talking about the dissidents that I held a rally with in the heart of Manhattan in front of an illegal CCP police station on Saturday that was being used.
And I just saw something, I believe it's here on Natural News. Yeah, it was here that the U.S. finally moves against Beijing, arrests 40 members of Chinese National Police operating on U.S. soil. So things are getting hot and heavy, okay? Things are getting hot and heavy, man. Let's go back to that real quick.
Used to harass and surveil dissidents on American soil. I'm talking about the students I subsequently met with. Chinese students on American campuses that have been harassed and even physically assaulted by CCP sympathizers. So the time to act is now. The Chinese Communist Party is the greatest threat of our generation, and we need to start pushing back and acting with a sense of urgency, and that work begins tonight.
Esau don't understand the biggest threat to you is Yahweh Shai. All right? But they, Esau's carnal. But point being is, Salakia. Point being is that they talking about these cyber attacks. They talking about the grid going down. They talking about these different major companies getting hit with cyber attacks. All right. They talking about the Restrict Act. They talking about total control of the World Wide Web, and they can basically blame China for a cyber attack, and it could be them. All right, it can be them because this is how they roll, man. This is how they roll. Now, let's get some more scripts, because I'm all over the place. First, we're going to go to, I mentioned Isaiah 60 earlier. Okay? Because like I said, once the internet goes, the power grid goes, this will cause people to do exactly as this script says. Here in Isaiah 60 verse 2, it says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth." Okay? And gross darkness the people. Okay? But like I said, people can't function without their cell phones. They cannot function without a cell phone, man. All right? You take that away. I remember, what was that, last year sometime? Facebook got hacked and a couple other apps were hacked. People were losing their goddamn mind, man. Just imagine if you can't do anything on that phone. All it is powered on. You don't have no internet access. You can't make no calls. You can't do anything. You know how many people were going to lose it? That's the gross darkness that's going to cover the people. All right? But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, talking about the elect, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. While everybody else is bugging out. All right? This wisdom and knowledge is what's going to keep us stable in our minds. Okay? Let's get another one. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah 13. Okay, here we go. Jeremiah 13:16, it says, "Give glory to Yahweh, your power, before he calls darkness." Okay, so who truly is getting ready to bring this darkness? The Most High. All right? The Most High is getting ready to take away the luxury of this witchcraft that they call a cell phone. All right? Because that's indeed is what it is. All right? It's a device to where you can use it for good or you can use it for evil, and most people use it for evil. Okay? All right, it says, "And before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains, and while ye look for light, he turn it into the shadow of death, and make it gross darkness." It's gonna be gross darkness out here for the people. All right? Gross darkness is coming for the people. The Lord, he did it before, he's gonna do it again. Meaning a state of straight up confusion. A state of not knowing. Okay? That's what the Lord is getting ready to bring out here, man. That's why it's imperative to get this knowledge now. All right? And to fear the Lord. Okay? Because wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of these times that we're coming into. It's the only thing that's going to keep us stable. Not no pistol, none of that. This knowledge is what's going to keep us stable, man. Keep us cool, calm, and collected. All right? Now, let's go to the Apocrypha. Wisdom of Solomon. All right, let's get that account when the Lord brought these plagues, as he did in ancient Egypt. going to start at the 5th verse, all right? I'm sorry. The 2nd verse, and then we're going to jump to 5. It says, "For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, because the Lord put a darkness so heavy on the land of Egypt at that time that you could feel it." Okay? They cut the power grid here. You will have pure darkness. And that darkness is going to come with a spirit, just like it did in the ancient world. It ain't going to be, oh, it's dark outside. No, it's going to be darkness. It's going to come with a spirit, man. Okay? They couldn't even use the power of the flame to where they could see back then. So you think the Lord ain't going to bring that type of darkness back? Oh, yeah, he will. All right? It says, "The prisoners of darkness and fettered with the bonds of a long night lay there exiled from the external providence." All right? Because the night, when the Lord do take this grid down and put that spirit of darkness out here as he did in ancient Egypt, oh boy, it's them nights you're going to hear screaming, hollering, raping. You're going to be hearing wild beasts, apparitions, all of that. Just like he did in ancient Egypt. Okay? Verse 5, it says, "No power of the fire might give them light." No power of the fire gave them light, man. They couldn't even kindle a fire so they can see what the hell was going on. It says, "Neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night." So the Lord got something coming. Okay? You couldn't even see the stars. Okay? It says, "Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace." All right? And that was dealing with those ancient Egyptian magi's. All right? That dealt with left-hand energy. Okay? The light of your phone won't even work. Okay? In them days, in these days coming, you ain't gonna have power to nothing, because the Lord is gonna shut it down, just as he did in Egypt. And it tells us that. Let's go there, the 15th chapter. Okay. I'm sorry, not Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd Esdras. I'm getting ready to close it up, 2nd Esdras 15. And 11. 2nd Esdras. No, not there first. Yeah, this is the one. 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Okay, that's what's coming. And what more can usher it in faster than the killing of all operating systems in the U.S. and around the world? All right, they could shut things down for 10 days, and you know how much chaos and destruction will ensue. All right, they already starting to ransack these different Walmarts and stores. And where you at, Jake? Why you think they allowing you to do that? Because when they kill the lights, there ain't gonna be shit in them stores. Okay? A whole mob of niggas can roll, niggas and Latinos, all right, can roll up in a big ass grocery store chain and just fuck up the whole store, and not one cop show up. roll up in 7-Eleven like they doing out here in the on the West. You know, they rolling up in these different stores. They having these street takeovers, and they just ransacking these spots, and the police ain't nowhere to be found. You Jakes are you being set up, and you don't even know it. All right. So jumping down to verse 11, it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm," talking about the elect, because the Lord is going to keep us in these times. The Lord will, all right, to the end, man. "And smite Egypt." Modern Egypt is America, where we are now. This is Egypt, okay? "And smite Egypt with plagues as before." And we just read about the plague of darkness. That was just one plague we read about. All right? The Lord gonna send all kind of plagues. Don't you know around the world there's been big bodies of water, rivers turning blood red? Okay? These things are happening all over the earth. So the Lord is smiting this place with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof, because he going by the end of America, it's gonna go up in flames. All right. By the end, when the Lord is done with it, this place is gonna go up in flames, and Lord will, we up in them chariots. We a part of that number that get delivered from all this that's getting ready to go down. Okay. Now, one more thing. Okay. This is the Bank of England. This is what the Bank of England says. Man, what the hell is this, man? I don't want no damn free trial. So it show you that they regulating. They want you to pay for all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But the title says it all. We ain't gotta, you know. It says cash will become less usable as high street goes contactless, says Bank of England. And we know England is the financial sector of the world, of Esau's system. Okay? It says Deputy Governor Sir John Cunliffe warns of long-term decline in places where banknotes can be spent. And in certain of these places, these areas, I was listening to a bro earlier. Actually, he's a brother over there in that part of the world. I think he said it was Welsh, where they're totally cashless. There's no ATMs. Banks are shutting down and all of that. Okay, so we hear and we know what this prophecy is. Revelation 13:16. "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." All right. And that's going to come by way of the CBDC, which is going to be the CHIP. All right. They just gradually bringing it. Okay. But there's going to be a major crisis, as Klaus Schwab had said. Matter of fact, I think it was a couple months ago at that last summit they had. He warned of a Black Swan event. He warned of cyber attacks, and these will be more devastating than COVID was. So the time is short. All right. The handwriting is on the wall, man, as in the book of Daniel. You know, the Lord is getting ready to take this place out, and it's going to go out very violently, and there will be much misery and pain in the process for everyone who is not of the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So with that, Lord will, this was informative and edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and we on to the next one. Shalom.